Today, I'm going to show you one of the most bizarre way of cooking pasta. I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti all'assassina, which is a typical dish from Bari. Now, the reason why I say bizarre, because this is going to be cooked like a risotto. So we are not going to boil the pasta, we are going to cook the pasta straight into the sauce that I'm making. I mean, I've cooked bizarre things in my life, but this is gonna have to be the first for me as well. You need a pan big enough that you can lay the spaghetti in it. It needs to be like a proper metal pan or a cast iron pan. The reason is because these spaghetti, they're gonna start to get all crunchy and burnt. I know, all part of the recipe. First thing, what we got here, we got some water, just boiling water, and in there, we are going to pour tomato paste. Just goes into the water because we're gonna create a beautiful, bright red stock. Just whisk everything together, okay? So one job is done. Now, in the pan, what are we gonna do? Garlic and chili. You don't need any extra fancy ingredient. Now, when you slice garlic, if you don't want to have a bad breath, just get rid of the middle. Seagulls that they want to eat my spaghetti, I can hear them. This recipe was created in the 60s. There was a chef here in Bari. 2 customers from north of Italy came to his restaurant and they wanted a plate of pasta, but they didn't want just a normal plate of pasta. They told the chef, look, do something to impress us. So the chef went into the kitchen and just shoveled everything in a pan, and this is how spaghetti all'assassina was born. And assassina, in English, you translate assassin, killer. You know, you have a killer spaghetti. That's what it actually means. Okay, so put the garlic in there. Then you put your oil, a touch of chili. You can use fresh chili or you can use dry chili, whatever you fancy. Okay, as soon as the garlic starts to sizzle, in there with the tomato sauce. Not too much. You just want to make the base of the tomato sauce. As soon as the tomatoes start to sizzle, now is going to be the time to put the spaghetti in there. Very gently, you need to make sure that you coat the spaghetti with tomato. Now, look what's happened. Get close, I want you to see what's happening. Look, everything is getting all sticky. Now, slowly, we're going to add the stock. So we're going to pour red on red. That's how we're going to do it. So you put a little bit of stock. Then you let all the bubble do the job. The secret for this recipe is to make sure that you take your time and you move the spaghetti around the tomato sauce. A little bit more stock. Oh, now, have a look at this. This is when it becomes now all exciting. Look at the bottom of this pan when it's getting all burnt and crispy. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, Gino, who's going to wash the pan? Well, in this case, it's not going to be my problem, and I'm not going to come to your house to wash your pan. But if you want to do this recipe, this is what you have to achieve. You just have to scrape down and make sure that it gets all crispy, and this is how it's done. A little bit more stock, and I think we are nearly there. Obviously, like every pasta, make sure that it's al dente, because if it's not al dente, the pasta, you may as well pick it up and throw it in the bin. Okay. I am happy with the pasta. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna switch everything off. Just let it rest for about 30 seconds, no more than that. Meanwhile, I've prepared a nice fresh salad, because I think when you eat dishes like this is going to be quite strong in flavor, the tomato sauce. Then you got the chili, then you got the garlic. Serve it with something fresh. So I'm using what the local call cucumarazzi. It's got the hint of a melon. This is the way I like it to dress. Extra virgin olive oil. This is a very typical Italian dressing. So there you go. Red wine vinegar, like this. A little bit of salt. And the job is done. It should be all nice and sticky. All right, now look at that. See, this is pretty much like a spaghetti pomodoro, just cooked in a very bizarre way. Spaghetti all'assassina. And this is how it's done.